Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what most people enjoy most about weddings, including me, which is the reception. So, a lot of people now do receptions so differently. Before, and I say before as if I'm like 80 years old, but once upon a time, receptions used to be traditionally at a venue. You had music, you had food, you had a dance floor, and that was about it. But now people are taking receptions to a different level and they're making them much more personalized, much more unique to each couple, much more unique to each wedding, which I think is really great. Um, and it leaves a lot more stuff up for discussion, it leaves a lot more stuff up to plan, which is really exciting. Um, so, a couple of things to keep in mind when you're thinking of a reception is what kind of entertainment you're going to have, whether you're going to have um, regular music from a DJ, if you're going to have a live band, if you're going to have a quartet, things like that. Another thing to keep in mind is what kind of venue you're going to have, because if you're going to have your reception outdoors, maybe what a lot of people will do now is they'll have it in their backyard and things like that. You have to be aware of the zoning, like the rules, I guess, that your neighborhood has. A lot of people now, the party has to be shut down by like 10:30. So all of those things you have to kind of keep in mind with the venue that you're going to choose. Another important thing, and the most important thing to me, is the food. You have to think about what kind of food you're going to have in comparison to what kind of venue that you have. For example, if you are going to have um, the reception in your backyard, of course you can have a 5 course meal with a sit down dinner, but is the food going to be warm? Is the food still going to be tasty by the time people are eating it? Is the food still going to, is it basically going to still taste good? So, what a lot of people will do is they'll base their food, their menu choice off of their venue choice. That kind of rhymed actually. So, for example, if you're having your reception in a ballroom type of situation where waiters and waitresses are readily available, then of course you can have a 5 course sit down meal because you have waiters and waitresses available anyway. Whereas if you're having it in your backyard, it might be in your best interest to do more of a potluck type of situation or a barbecue, which I think is very cool. The important thing is that your reception reflects you, what you want, what you like. Don't let other people say, like, oh, well, when I was getting married, my reception was in a hotel. So, don't take that to mean, okay, now if your reception isn't in a hotel, it's not as good or whatever the case may be. So, just do what feels right to you. Another important thing to think about with the venue is decoration. If you're going to have the reception maybe like on a beach or in a park, that requires a different sort of decoration and a different amount of decoration than if you're going to have it in a ballroom or maybe in like a recreational room that you're renting from like your rec center. Each different type of venue is going to require a different type of decoration. If you're not familiar with weddings and wedding planning, then this might be something that you want to hire somebody to handle. If you do have a little bit more of an idea or if you're just up for the challenge, then you can definitely go for it yourself. But just like as a few things that I'm just thinking of off the top of my head, for example, if you are having your wedding in a ballroom or in like an actual catering hall, something like that, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive decoration in the way of you most likely are gonna have centerpiece on each table. You're most likely gonna have some kind of floral arrangement in the room. You're most likely gonna have something on the ceiling. Whereas if you're gonna have a reception like in, I don't want to say a forest, but I've seen some people will do their reception in like a wooded area, like a park, or if your backyard is close to a wooded area, then you can get away with doing a lot less because you have that natural beauty around the reception area and that natural scenery, so you don't have to worry about like going all out on all of these decorations on all of these things, because you already have like the natural beauty of the area and the natural aura. So at that point you can kind of get away with maybe just doing some cool lighting, maybe putting in a dance floor if that's something that you're interested, setting up a few tables, making the tables of course look nice, but it doesn't have to be anything too extensive because of the fact that you already have the beautiful aura of wherever you're having the reception. So of course I could go on and on and on about receptions, but I don't want to just go crazy. So if you have any specific questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below and I'll answer to the best of my ability. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have questions that are specific to you or that are specific to your wedding and you don't necessarily want to put them in the comments, feel free to send me an email. My email is in the description box and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I think that's all I had. Happy planning!